Weakness, in the Stoic sense, is not about physical strength. It's not about failing to meet society's standards or falling short of what others expect from us. Weakness, as defined by the Stoics, is surrender of the self. It is the collapse of reason beneath emotions, the abandonment of discipline in the face of temptation, and the refusal to take responsibility for what is within our control. In modern times, weakness is often framed as a flaw in motivation, as something that can be fixed by height, or a loud affirmation, or by chasing temporary pleasure. But Stoicism points to something deeper and more enduring. The Stoics believe that a strong will is not loud, flashy, or based on adrenaline. It is quiet. It is disciplined. It is forged in solitude, in the daily practice of choosing what is right over what is easy. Seneca, one of the most prominent Stoic philosophers, wrote, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." This is where weakness begins, in the refusal to face adversity. When comfort becomes the measure of success, strength erodes. When we avoid discomfort at all costs, we also avoid the growth that comes with it. The Stoic path is not about punishing oneself, but about training the mind to respond to difficulty with clarity and resolve. To overcome weakness, one must first acknowledge it, not with shame, but with honesty. We must see the way we yield to impulse, the way we rationalize inaction, the way we become spectators of our own lives. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, journaled his thoughts each day, not to display his wisdom, but to comfort his own weaknesses. In his meditations, he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is the essence of the Stoic philosophy, the redirection of focus away from the external world and back to the only place we can truly govern, our own minds. Overcoming weakness begins with the simple but profound act of turning inwards. The Stoics practiced this daily. They did not chase distractions or try to control what they could not influence. Instead, they examined their judgments, their impulses, their fears. They asked, "Is this within my control?" And if it wasn't, they let it go. This practice trains the will. Every time you choose discipline over impulse, you strengthen the muscle of self-command. Every time you act according to principle instead of emotion, you reinforce the mind's ability to govern itself. But there is a cost, and the Stoics never denied this. They were not idealists. They knew that training the will meant enduring discomfort. It meant holding to your path when no one applauds you. It means doing what is necessary, even when the world tells you to chase what is easy. Epictetus, who was born into slavery and later became one of the most respected Stoic teachers, told his students that philosophy was not just about theory. It was about practice. Don't explain your philosophy, he said. Embody it. He understood that words meant little without action. The strength of will is revealed not in what we claim to believe, but in what we choose to do, especially when those choices are hard. Weakness often disguises itself as comfort. It speaks in soft tones and often quick rewards. It encourages delays. It tells us that we will do the hard thing tomorrow, or that we deserve a break today. It appeals to our desire for ease, and the more we listen, the more power it gains. The Stoic trains himself to recognize this voice, not to suppress emotion entirely, but to question it, to observe it without surrendering to it. When a craving arises, when fear creeps in, when fatigue tempts us to quit, the Stoic does not react blindly. He pauses. He reflects. He reminds himself that these sensations, while real, do not have to govern him. In a world that worships comfort and distractions, this kind of discipline is rare. but it is exactly what makes Stoicism so relevant today. It offers a path, not just to strength, but to peace. Because a person who governs himself, who is not ruled by fear or desire, is free. To overcome weakness, then, is not to become someone else. It is to return to what you are capable of being. It is to strip away the noise, the fear, the excuses, and to live in alignment with nature. The Stoic idea of nature, which means living according to reason and virtue. This philosophy does not require you to renounce the world. It asks only that you stop pretending you have no control. It reminds you that your character is not fixed. It is shaped moment by moment by the decisions you make, by the ways you respond when things get hard, by the way you show up when you are tired, uncertain, or afraid. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This is not just a clever phrase. It is a call to reframe difficulties as opportunities. It means the weakness itself can become the path to strength, if we are willing to confront it honestly and work through it deliberately. One of the simplest Stoic exercises is the daily reflection. At the end of the day, ask yourself, where did I act from strength? Where did I yield to weakness? What would I do differently tomorrow? This is not meant to produce guilt, but awareness. And from awareness comes power. The Stoic also practices voluntary discomfort. They would occasionally sleep on the floor, walk barefoot, or eat plain food. Not because they were ascetic, but because they wanted to prove to themselves that they could endure hardship without comfort. They wanted to remind themselves that they could live well even without luxury, even without approval. This kind of training may seem extreme to some, but it carries a deeper purpose. It shows us that weakness is not inevitable. It is a pattern, a habit, a mindset, and it can be changed. The strongest people are not those who feel no weakness. They are those who do not let weakness rule them. They notice it, they meet it with calm, they choose differently again and again until strength becomes the new default. Even then, the Stoic does not become proud. He remains humble because he knows that weakness will return. He knows that discipline, like the body, must be maintained. It is not a destination, but a daily practice. Overcoming weakness is not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming consistent. It is about anchoring your life in virtues rather than moods. It is about remembering what matters when it is most difficult to do so. The world offers many paths. Some are wide and easy, paved with instant pleasure. Others are narrow, difficult, and quiet. Stoicism invites you to take the latter, not because it's glamorous, but because it leads to freedom. The Stoics believed that true strength came from within, not from controlling outcomes, but from controlling how we respond to them. Not from winning battles against others, but from winning battles from within. So if you find yourself struggling with weakness, do not despair. Do not label yourself as broken or unworthy. See it for what it is, a signal, a starting point, a challenge you are capable of meeting. You are not at war with your emotions, but with your submission to them. You are not at war with the world, but with your tendency to let it shape your will. And the moment you begin to act from reason instead of reaction, from virtue instead of vice, you are already on the path. Stoicism does not promise an easy life, but it offers something better. A life of clarity, a life of courage, a life where your actions align with your highest values, no matter what the world throws at you. That is how you overcome weakness. Not by pretending it isn't there, but by facing it with patience, with discipline, and with the ancient wisdom that has stood the test of time. As Epictetus said, No great thing is created suddenly. Have patience. Do your work. Keep your will aligned with nature. This is the Stoic way. Quiet, steady, unshakable, and it is always within your reach. If you got some value out of this video, how about you smash the like button as well as subscribe, and also hit the bell icon so you can be notified when we upload more videos. Hey, while you're at it, why not share and also leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of this video. Just so you know, on the top left hand side of the screen, you'll see a video that I believe you might like. Below that is a video YouTube thinks you might like. And if you look on the top right side of the screen, you'll see an image of my head. Now if you click on that, you'll be able to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.